Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we dig into your sources, articles, notes, whatever you send us, and pull out the key insights. Now, usually we're looking at, a whole bunch of stuff, different viewpoints, lots to connect, but today's different, really different. We're doing something that kind of challenges the whole idea of source material. Our entire deep dive today, it's based on excerpts from Mouse. And when I say excerpts, I mean the single word mouse. That's it. Just mouse. 5 letters. So the challenge for you, and frankly for us too, is how do we even start? Can we actually get, valuable nuggets from one single word?
It's a fascinating setup, isn't it? And what's really interesting here, I think, is that this isn't just a deep dive into a topic. It's kind of a deep dive into how we make meaning itself.
Oh, okay.
When you're faced with something so singular, so basic, it really forces you to see how much work your brain does, usually without us even noticing.
Exactly. So our mission, let's say, for this deep dive, explore the ambiguity, the implications packed into just mouse. What can that one word actually teach us about pulling knowledge out of things, even when the source is, tiny? It's like looking at the blueprints of thought. Okay, so let's dive in. That immediate feeling, you see mouse just sitting there. No context, no pictures, not even a sentence around it. What happens in your mind right then? For me, it's this tension. It's so simple, right?
Right.
But boom, instantly, all these questions, these possibilities just start bubbling up. And here's where it gets really interesting for me. This tiny source, just 5 letters, it feels weirdly big.
Seductive, yeah.
Yeah, like the blank slate your brain just wants to draw. The fact that it's just that word, nothing else. It's almost like a prompt, isn't it? What does it make you think of first, listener? The animal, the computer thing. Or like something totally different.
Well, the power and the sheer ambiguity of one word stripped bare like that, it's quite something. When we isolate mouse, what do we actually have? We see the letters M-O-U-S-E. We know how it sounds. We know it's a noun in English. But that's about it for the concrete stuff. Beyond that, it just opens up this huge space for interpretation. Let's call this polysemy, when one word form points to multiple related meanings. And mouse, well, it's a classic example, animal, device.
Right.
And if you think about how our brains work, cognitive science talks about semantic priming.
Yeah.
Just hearing or seeing mouse triggers a whole network of related ideas automatically, even with zero context.
So your brain's scrambling internally.
Exactly. It's doing a super fast search for possible context. The lack of context doesn't stop that search. It just throws a spotlight on how much context usually does for us and how much we rely on it without thinking.
It really is a paradox. How can something so small, so little actual data, trigger so much? My brain does the same, runs through the obvious ones, rodent, computer clicker. But then, it starts wandering, like to mouse around, meaning to sneak about.
The verb form.
Or wasn't it sometimes used as like a term of endearment? Or quiet as a mouse?
Yes, all those idiomatic uses too.
It really makes you question what we expect when we see any information. Do we always just assume context will be there?
Yeah.
What happens to understanding when it's just gone? And grappling with just mouse, it really does make you notice how often you fill in the gaps subconsciously, right?
Yeah.
You just assume the context. It's a sharp reminder that our minds are actively building meaning all the time, even from scraps. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about the core of the deep dive, getting those important insights, the nuggets of knowledge. Usually, like we said, we're digging through piles of material, diverse stuff. Today, our pile is mouse. How does that constraint, that extreme minimalism, change how we even look for those nuggets? What do you do when the information source seems, almost empty at first glance?
Well, that's the fascinating part, isn't it? The nugget here isn't really in what Mouse explicitly says, because like you said, it says very little on its own. The real insight, I think, the valuable nugget, is in what it makes us think about, what it forces us to question about language, about thought itself.
Okay, so the process is the nugget.
In a way, yes. Since Mouse is the only thing we have, the deep dive becomes less about combining different sources and more about intensely examining this one single thing, its presence, and all the possibilities packed inside it. This source, maybe more than any other we could imagine,